Hello, my friends. It's Ezra Levant with an emergency broadcast. It's Friday afternoon at 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time. Normally at this hour of the day, on this day of the week, we're saying goodbye to each other here at the office and heading home. A job well done, a busy week. And yet at 4:16 p.m. today, we received a strange email from Amazon. Justin, if you have that, feel free to put it up there. It was strange. It didn't make any sense, and I didn't look at it. It said, "Hello, this is a letter to us from Amazon." KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. That's how we publish our book. And it says, "Hello, we discovered territory selections are preventing the following books from being available in any Amazon marketplace. China Virus by Ezra Levant. In order to publish the books, please take one of the following actions on your territory selections." And then it has all sorts of strange information about territories and whatnot. And frankly, we didn't quite understand what this meant, or we didn't have a chance to look into it. What does that mean, that it was not available in certain territories? All right. And then, some half an hour later, we received this email, this second email, dated today at 4:48 p.m., some 32 minutes after the original, saying, "Hello, we're contacting you regarding the following books. China Virus, How Justin Trudeau's Pro-Communist Ideology is Putting Canadians in Danger. Due to the rapidly changing nature of information around the COVID-19 virus, we are referring customers to official sources for health information about the virus. As a result, we are not offering your book for sale. Amazon reserves the right to determine what content we offer according to our content guidelines. You can find our content guidelines for books on the Amazon website. If you have questions or believe you've received this email in error, reply to this message." Well, we immediately forwarded this letter to our lawyers who were drafting a reply. But in short, what this means is my book, China Virus, which went to the #1 best-selling book in Canada on Kindle, and the #2 best-selling book in Canada in paper. It was the #6 book all week in terms of sales, which is quite something given how cheap the book is. It's $14.50. How do you reach #6 when you're half the price of the other guys? Well, a lot of people bought the book. The book was overwhelmingly well reviewed. I think I showed you on my live stream today at noon. We have over 400 reviews, and the average review is like 4.8 stars out of 5. The book was a commercial success. It was an editorial critical success. And it was obviously approved and published by Amazon until 4:48 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. Someone pushed the delete button. Why? Because they say this book is contrary to official information. Now, just in case you're wondering, this is not a medical book. This book gives no advice on how to stay healthy or not. This book does look at the fact that the World Health Organization itself flip-flopped quite a lot, especially on the issue of masks and on whether or not the virus was contagious. I don't have any particular advice on masks. I just point out that they changed it all the time. I point out that the World Health Organization covered up with China the contagiousness of the virus. This is not in doubt. And in any event, it's not medical advice, it's political criticism. That is what's contradicting official narratives. The fact that I dare to criticize China, the United Nations World Health Organization, and maybe it's Justin Trudeau himself who graces the cover of this book. Because need I remind you that earlier this year, Justin Trudeau's elections police hauled me into their headquarters in a secure room for a 1-hour interrogation about that book. Well, it's not hard to believe they would try and stop this book from being published as well. Now, as you can see, I have a copy of the book in my hands because we bought a box for the office here, and we also bought a box for our first book launch event, which is in Edmonton, or actually just across the highway in Sherwood Park, Alberta, on July 21st. So I want to tell people who have bought tickets for the July 21st book event, we will be there. We have enough books for you. We will keep a promise. I want to tell you, the book you'll be getting that night is a collector's item because it has officially been banned. I'm just grateful that so many people actually received the book. I'm worried that digital censors might actually delete it from the Kindle devices of people who have bought it and simply return the money. I've seen that kind of censorship before. Now, I should tell you that right now, Amazon is selling Mao Zedong's Little Red Book. Right now, Amazon is selling Mein Kampf, Hitler's book. Those books are fine for sale on Amazon.com and Amazon.ca. But not my book called China Virus, How Justin Trudeau's Pro-Communist Ideology is Putting Canadians in Danger. That's the actual virus that I'm talking about. I mean, I do talk about the coronavirus and the pandemic, but that's not the real book, the real crisis I get into. I talk about how Justin Trudeau is sympathetic to China, has expressed admiration for its basic dictatorship. I talk about how Trudeau's own family, his brother Sacha Trudeau, his father, the late Pierre Trudeau, are China sycophants. I talk about how Trudeau's cabinet, Trudeau's appointees, his senators, his head of transition, were deeply involved in the China lobby. I talk about the weird deference to China, even though they've taken 2 Canadian hostages, Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig. That's the virus I'm talking about. How Justin Trudeau's pro-communist ideology is putting Canadians in danger. That's the virus we're talking about. And perhaps that's the reason the book is being banned. I'm not giving health advice. I don't have any advice. In fact, if anything, I mock the weakness of advice coming from the World Health Organization. So the first thing I want to tell you is that Amazon, one of the largest, most dominant countries in the world, run by Jeff Bezos, by far the richest man in the world. I read that he recently crested $170 billion in personal worth, despite the fact that he had a divorce and that lopped off a fair chunk. He's by far the richest man and the most powerful man. And is that, in fact, why he deleted this book? Is it because he wants to crack the China market and he wants to appease Xi Jinping? And if he publishes a book like this that so clearly is irritating the Chinese embassy and the pro-China lobby, well, maybe they won't like it and maybe they'll give him problems when he seeks to do business in China, just like the NBA, just like Hollywood. They suck up to China because all they can see are dollars. So what am I going to do? Well, on the small matter of Sherwood Park near Edmonton, we will proceed. Can I confirm with ATAN that our emergency backup plan is ready? And is he ready for me to give out the information? I see if you click ebook, and there's information there. But I want this on the main page because I'm about to tell people the plan we have a plan for fixing this, but I don't want to say the plan until it's fixed. I guess, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to delay, and that's why we only got this news moments ago. And that's why we're a little bit unprepared. Normally, we spend an hour or a few hours fixing a problem. What's the word? I want the page copy, and can we get the... Perfect. I'm hearing it's happening, but it's just going to take a couple of minutes. Ha! Literally this moment, someone bought a ticket for the Sherwood Park book launch. You know what? That's smart. If you want a copy of this contraband, then you got to go to Sherwood Park on July 21st to get it. I think that's the only place you can get the book now. Isn't that incredible? So it was less than an hour ago when I called our lawyer and told him we need to do whatever we can on this. Now, I don't know what we can, because when you're dealing with these tech companies, the terms of service are so lopsided, they can basically do whatever they want. So I have not yet seen our lawyer's demand letter. I should tell you, and I'm sorry, this is important information. I'm not sure if I told you this. When I finished this book 99% in April, and as usually happens, you can put up the book, if you're like all done except for tweaking it, you can put up the cover on Amazon and do what's called a pre-order. So the book's not ready to go 100%, but you can show people the cover, you can describe it well enough, you're just tweaking a few things, and it's standard practice, as you probably know. And so I was getting excited, the book was getting ready, it was April 23rd, if I recall. And so we go to upload it, and I've uploaded so many books before. I think this is my 10th book, personally. Sheila Gunn Reid has 3 books. We even published a book here for Lauren Southern back in the day. We published a lot of books and 7 titles, 14 different varieties. So we're a major publisher. Not major, we're not like Penguin. But you publish 14 titles, all right, you're not just a hobbyist anymore. And by the way, many of them went to #1. So we go to upload the pre-order version, and blam, 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 we get an almost identical message to this. So we appeal it, and blam, 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 they're not taking it. So our lawyers write a scorching letter to Amazon saying this is not health advice, this is not anything medical, this isn't junk science or whatever, this isn't misleading health information. We even offered to show them an excerpt, take them through it, whatever, answer any questions. Dead silence from Jeff Bezos' Amazon. But then suddenly, 2 months later, they relent and they let the book go up. And I think, oh, well, they came to their senses, that's good. Huh, okay. So then the book goes up, finally, and it's a rocket bestseller. I wish I would have had it ready in April, because we needed the book even more back then. That was the height of the pandemic. Okay, fine, it's good enough now. So they said no, then they said no a second time, then they said no a third time, and then they said yes. Okay, good. But after what, 1 week or week and a half, they shut it down with the identical reason from their April excuse. What on earth? What on earth? Of course it's political. That's what that means. Let me read that line one more time. We are referring customers to official sources for information. What does that mean? Government sources. What does that mean? It means the United Nations, the China-controlled World Health Organization. What's an official source? I'm official. I'm an official author at an official media. What's an official source? The liars of the China-run World Health Organization? I don't know, very, very frustrating. So what are we going to do? Well, I'm just waiting, and I know you're going to tell me the second it's ready, Justin, because I'm very famous for being polite, and I'm extremely famous for my patience. People say, people say, Ezra, you're so patient, you're so calm, you don't fidget, you definitely never swear, not even the word dang crosses my, Justin says he's never heard me swear. So I'm cool like Fonzie right now. We're just getting that website up. Here's what we did. You know, I'm no Bezos. I'm a hundredaire. He has 171 billion. I got $171. So I'm a hundredaire, but you know, I've published a few books, written a few books in my day, and I've written for a lot of different newspapers, and so I know some people in the book business, you know, good people. And I called up a friend of mine who's got a printing press, old school. I called him up just before I came on this emergency live stream. And I told him what happened, and he said, Ezra, send me the galley proofs. I think that's what you call it. He didn't use that word, but that's what he wanted. The guts of the book, and the front and back cover. And let's get that thing printed and mailed. He said, what's the size of it? We told him. He said, good, that fits nicely into a little, you know, those little shipping packages. So the first thing I want to tell you is that we are going to publish and distribute this book without Amazon. I'm not going to be censored by Amazon, or was it China, or was it Trudeau, or was it the World Health Organization? How can it even be? They said no, no, no. Then they said yes. Then they deleted it and said no again. It had over how many, was it 400? It was over 400 reviews, wasn't it? It was over 400 reviews. The average review was pretty, you can never be exactly a 5-star review, because a single review less than 5-star, obviously statistically speaking, will pull you below 5.0. But I think it was 4.8 out of 5. People liked the book. I mean, it would be one thing if I was selling crap, but people liked the book. Well, now that book is gone. It's so funny. When I sent out the email to people telling them the good news, oh, the website's ready. My friends, good news, and thanks to Eitan, I'm extremely low-key and not impatient at all, so that's these 20 minutes of not being the most excruciating in my life, no problem. May I direct you, my friends, to ChinaVirusBook.com. ChinaVirusBook.com. Yeah, so let's read together, and can you pump it up a bit? On mine, what I see is the letter at the top there, which is fine, but let's read the text. Oops. China virus, how Justin Trudeau's pro-communist ideology is putting Canadians in danger. Urgent, urgent, urgent. Amazon just banned my best-selling book, China Virus. Amazon has deleted China Virus, they banned it. You can see their terse email to us by clicking here. All right, we'll tweak this word. That's the wrong letter there, by the way. You want to send a note to Eitan. We want the 4:48 p.m. letter, not the 4:16 p.m. letter there. You can see their terse email to us. They say the book contradicts official sources. So just have Eitan's. We're doing this in real time, folks. You're watching how the sausage gets made. Normally we have a full hour to do things. We're doing this as you watch. But the book does not give medical advice. It's purely a discussion of Canada-China politics, as the very title makes clear. Amazon originally refused to upload the book, fighting with us for 2 months, but then they relented, and the book became an instant bestseller, reaching #1 on Kindle in Canada, and #2 as a paperback. It was a huge bestseller, and now it's been deleted. This is nuts. This is China-style censorship. Who did this? Jeff Bezos, Amazon's owner, who would do anything to ingratiate himself with China to get access to their huge market. Justin Trudeau, whose connections to communist China I exposed in this book. The United Nations and the World Health Organization, whose corruption I exposed, or maybe all of them. This is an outrage, but this Chinese-style censorship will not stop us. We've already found another printer to publish softcover copies of the book. We hope to have those printed next week and shipped soon after, and we've done something that I know will drive the Chinese communists and Justin Trudeau crazy. We are literally giving away the ebook version of China Virus right now for free on our website. Now, we recommend a donation. The ebook sold for $7.50 on Amazon, so maybe you can chip in that amount. But right now, it's about showing Amazon, the UN, Trudeau, and China, they can't censor us. This censorship of a #1 best-selling book is infuriating. Amazon sells Mao's Little Red Book. They sell Hitler's book, Mein Kampf, but they banned this book. That's outrageous. Well, fight back by clicking here. Obviously, we'll tweak that word. Get your free ebook and sign up for our printed version ready very soon. Thanks, my friends. We're going to beat these censors. We just have to. All right. Now, we need a clearer link button there. I'm sure Eitan's working on it right now with Austin. But if you go up to the top there and click ebook, you get this same message. How to download your copy of China Virus. Make a donation on this page. Our recommended donation amount is $7.50, which would help us cover the cost to produce the book, because we still have to pay for editors, layout specialists, legal reviews, etc. Once you make your donation, you will receive an email with a link to your downloadable copy of China Virus. So I think you can make a donation of $0 or even 1 cent. I'm going to do that right now just to test it. So I'm going to donate. I'm actually going to donate $0, and I'm hoping people. Okay. Maybe you need $1. I'm going to see if I can donate 1 cent. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to do this. So I think we're not quite giving it away for free. We're giving it away for 1 cent. And let's see if it works. I wonder if we can. Oh yeah, we need the. I wonder if we need the mailing address for people. If we're going to mail them a snail mail copy, we do. Right. So maybe we can take that out, because I just don't want to slow people down. So I'm just filling out this form. Why am I doing that? And it is asking for my credit card. I'm only donating 1 cent. I can't remember my credit card without checking. Bear with me, I'm just checking to make sure it's working. Looks like it's working. Download the ebook here. All right. I'm just testing that it's working. That's not very interesting TV. But here's the news, my friends. We are giving away this book for free, or it looks like you have to put in 1 cent. I think maybe we need to change the language there, because it will require you actually to donate 1 cent, which I just did. Why is it always my books that are censored? Can you call up the hidden video? I tell you, I was writing a book about Justin Trudeau last October. It was called The Libranos, how the media, what the media party doesn't tell you about Justin Trudeau's corruption. That was The Libranos. And the book did fine, and Trudeau sent his book police after me. And you might be saying, what is book police, Ezra? Book police are the two 30-year RCMP officers who went to work for Elections Canada to hunt illegal books like mine. Do you want to just throw 20 seconds of that on the screen to show people how insane it was? The last time I criticized Trudeau, he had the cops come for me. They wouldn't even show me who complained. They wouldn't even tell me who complained. They wouldn't even show me the complaint. But I was grilled for 1 hour in the high security offices of Elections Canada in Gatineau, Quebec, just across the river from Ottawa, for writing an illegal book. That's what they did last time. Here, take a listen.
The law says that the book is exempted regardless of whether there was to be an election or available to the public.
Yes, so what's this planned ahead of time business? You just made that up.
It's right here, sir.
Well, how can you publish a book without planning it ahead of time? Do you think it just happens spontaneously?
With the timing of the elections, for the purpose of the elections.
You know we have fixed election days, more or less.
I certainly do.
So he's asking why I wrote my book when I did. All right, we don't need to see more of that. It was just quite something. It was just quite something to be grilled. That, you know, the video's about half an hour. Now, it's not a good idea for me to try and do some online commerce, remembering my credit card and typing things in while doing a show. That's boring TV, and I'm probably going to screw up both things. But I can see right now the people there. Yeah, someone's chipped in 50 cents. Someone chipped in $1. Can anyone out there confirm in the super chats, anyone who just bought a book, and I'm sorry I'm asking these questions, we're just doing this in real time, people. Can anyone confirm for me that in fact you do get a link and you download it okay? Can someone tell me in the chat there that you can actually get the book if you donate as little as 1 penny? And I'm fine with that, by the way. I mean, obviously, it's a shame that we're not making the $7.50 that Amazon charges, but it's not even about that. Should I catch it? I'm going to read some super chats now, okay? I told you the story. The story is, I wrote a book called China Virus. I really was 99% done by April. This book would have been much more powerful back in April. Amazon made me wait 2 months. I had lawyers, they ignored. Finally, they let me upload a week ago. Boom, like a rocket. This little thing here, it's a little book. It's not a big book. It's 93 pages. You know, you could read this in one long sitting on the throne, I like to say. This thing, it's not a very long book, but boy, did it take off. #1 Kindle book in all of Canada. #2 softcover book. I was feeling pretty great. So we bought a box to take up with us to Sherwood Park. We bought a box for the office. I'm thinking, we're we're done. No, we're not done. They ban it again today, take it down, took down all 400 plus reviews. Do I roll over? Do we roll over? Do I roll over? I do not roll over. You saw how we rolled at City Hall. When they tried to push us off, we came back with 7 bodyguards, a lawyer, and 5 cameramen. We do not bend the knee at Rebel News. And you might be saying, Ezra, Amazon.com. That's one of the largest companies in the world by market capitalization. It's run by the richest man in the world, Lex Luthor-like character named Jeff Bezos. He's worth over $171 billion. They dominate the book market. You'll never be published there again. You know what I say? I don't bend the knee is what I say. I don't care if it's Justin Trudeau, the World Health Organization, China, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and anybody. So what, you heard my plan. You heard my plan. Number 1, I found a friend in the publishing biz, a guy I used to know, good guy. I talked to him on the phone. He said, Ezra, send me the guts of it, send me the cover. We'll print this thing and mail it for you. Thanks, buddy. So I think are we capturing the info for that on ChinaVirusBook.com? I think so. Buy the book. And then we're giving away the ebook for free. Have you ever heard of that? Okay, it's 1 cent. But I encourage you to chip in more if you can. You know, that makes me sad. I think this book could have done well commercially, and we worked so hard on it. And everybody on the team worked hard on it, and I worked hard on it. You know, we actually you spend some money on an editor, you spend some money on layout, you spend some money on the beautiful cover. What a beautiful cover. You spend some money and people's time. I don't know how many thousands of dollars we spent on this book. I don't know, maybe 10,000 bucks we spent on the book. Certainly drove everybody here crazy with how, you know. So it would be nice to make a few bucks on the book, but that's not the most important thing. Am I right? The most important thing is when the WHO, the UN, Trudeau, China, Bezos, whatever, ban your book, the most important thing in the world right then is not, can I get a few more dollars? It's, can I get this book out? Because they obviously don't like it. Okay, let's read some super chats. How's that? Let's read some super chats. By the way, I'd be grateful if you liked and shared this. You can do that right now. I want more people to see this. I know it's a Friday afternoon. I know that's crazy. That's when companies typically do things to evade public scrutiny. They do things on a Friday afternoon hoping it's all buried. Gabriel Mainville, 10 bucks. I got my order on Thursday and I think it's worth it. Right on, Gabriel. I'm so glad you got it before they raised the drawbridge. Ryan Shantz, 14 bucks. Got my copy last week. Great work. My only complaint is I wish it were longer. Okay, I want to tell you, I'm always self-conscious about, is my book long enough? It could be longer, but the price is brief also. Yeah, it could be longer. It's true. Coppa de Sau, 22 Norwegian kroner. If that's dangerous, it must be worth reading. Exactly. Don't these people know? You try and ban something, all of a sudden people, whoa, hey. What are you trying to ban? What are you saying I can't see? I tell you, my book, The Libranos, it only hit number 2 on the bestseller list. It never hit number 1 until Trudeau sent his cops after me. Then it hit number 1. A10, I'm cool like Fonzie. I could have had a nap. No problem. I was so relaxed. People, you know, thanks. And it works out with the hard copy too? Or you want to come on and talk about it? You want to come on and talk about it? You want to throw on a mic and talk about it? You look great. You look great. Throw on a mic and come on in and let's talk about it. I want an update for our people. True Voo's, 10 bucks. I received my copy today from Amazon. I'm in Ohio. It's now not available. It's also not on Barnes & Noble, nor Books A Million. Well, I didn't even know it was on those places to begin with. Young Bear, $5. Just bought the book. Happy to keep supporting. You are 100% right about Amazon, these liberal crooks sucking up to China. Well, I think that's what they're doing it for. Truby D, 44, $20. I already got mine. That is what the pandemic is supposed to do. Supposed to get rid of all smaller retailers where places like Amazon will be the only place to buy stuff and they will only sell what they support. Isn't that the truth? The pandemic has been great for Jeff Bezos. Basically, every normal retailer has been nuked. Clark H, $10. Thank you. Aggie Munchian, $14. Please fight back. Please run for PM. We need you, buddy, more than you think. Well, I'm where I'm supposed to be. SD and RN Roll, $5. A coffee. Thank you. Steve Burney, $7. Thank you. Rainy Steps, $14 for you, sir. Thanks. Clark H, $5. Thanks. Greg T, 20. Thanks. Jack Krauser, $14. Do you think Trudeau called it Bezos? I remember a month ago, Trudeau Gate was trending on Twitter and got taken off after 3 hours. You never know with these guys. Christina Pavlovska, $35. We all Rebel Media followers must boycott Amazon for this absolutely idiotic, crazy move. It's crazy. David Anderson, $2. If you're taking flack, you know you're on target. Peter Mannion, MP. Is that an MP? $5. Thanks very much. Zona Rosa Smith, $14. Thank you. Ilya P, $5. No link, just receipt. Okay, well, joining me now, I'm going to scooch over a bit. Joining me now is the VP around here, A10. And I was cool like Fonzie. We got the news. We got the news at 4:48. At 4:48 on a Friday afternoon.
I think the website is ready now.
Okay.
I'm sure there are some stylistic things I would change,
yeah,
but we'll have to debate about them rigorously. So if we go to ChinaVirusBook.com right now, and I heard briefly, I know you were concerned about address capture. What you were seeing is because you've already donated, you have your address there already.
Right. Okay.
So if you went in private browsing, for example, of course we're capturing addresses so we can do shipping. So how it works is if we can't give it away for 100% for free. And I think I changed the language to of any donation. So if you want to get an ebook in format .mobi or .epub, for those that are into ebooks, you probably know what I'm talking about. You can do that by right at the top of in the header. It says ebook. You can get it right there. If you click buy the book, that'll get you a paperback. And what we're going to do is if you make a donation there of $20 at least, then we'll get you the book anywhere in the world. We'll ship to.
Okay.
We've got your friend who really stepped in, supporting freedom of speech and letting us go. It is crazy that this happened.
Okay, so you've made some changes, and I was just, me, I get excited and I get impatient. It's in my nature. I'm not going to change. So thank you for doing this, and I'm going to read through the page. Let's just go through it together. I'm excited and terrified and angry and hopeful at the same time. Welcome to my life. So you go to ChinaVirusBook.com. I just want to make sure, because we're going on the weekend, and I just want to make sure we do this right. And I also want to tell people that we're doing this as quick as possible. I see Mike is here. Mike, thanks for working. And I think I saw Andrew there and Margaret. Thanks. Everybody's staying late.
Yeah.
Everybody's staying late. We had our 5 p.m. meeting. I thought we always have a 5 p.m. meeting, and then we're really getting ready to go home. No. Everybody's still here. And it's already 6:44, so thanks, everybody. The whole team's here. We have a couple snacks to tide people over. Keep your strength, everybody. we have a few snacks. Okay, so let's read.
I think you said there was a typo. I didn't see it. Did I catch it? Oh, gosh.
No, don't worry about it.
And we can edit in real time.
Yeah, China Virus Book. Okay, so I'm going into China Virus Book. So there's the book. Urgent. You can see their truths emailed to us by clicking here. So I'm clicking there. Yes, that's exactly the...
And I blurred for administrative.
Yeah, okay, that's excellent. They say the book contradicts official sources, blah, blah, blah. Then there's some points from me. Well, fight back by clicking here.
And then we have the old page copy. That's just a bit about the book.
Perfect, that's right.
There's a lot of dead space now because we have a lot of words.
Okay, so fight back by clicking here. So I'm clicking here to fight back, purchase the paperback. I see it preloads to $20 because that's for the paperback. And then in the very bottom, you can download the ebook by making a donation. Here...
And you can put in anything there.
Any amount.
And how it will work is when you make that donation, you'll get an auto response email that says thanks for donating, and in there will be a link where you can download the .epub or .mobi. And maybe have any commenters actually told us if it's, I mean, I tested it and it worked, but I'm always nervous, who knows what's going on. Has the public given that a shot? Anybody in the comments?
Well, okay, so I'm hearing from Justin that some people say they have got it and some people say they haven't got it. So now I see in my email.
Well, check your spam folders. That's it'll come from, I think, from something at rebelnews.com. I'll triple check which one.
Yeah, so I see a lot of things clicking, like people are getting an email. What I don't know is if they are getting that link that you referred to.
Sure, it'll be the auto response email. It says, thanks for donating. I think it says, click here, or it says, click here to download your book, I think is the subject line, something along those lines. Sorry for me not knowing exactly. We're moving really quick here.
Yeah.
And the fact that some people are getting it indicates to me that it's working. I just, maybe other people need to check their spam folders or they haven't seen the email.
What did you say, Justin? Okay, I'm hearing Justin telling me people are saying they got it fine. They're downloading it on their EPUB. All right. Well, how about that? I want to give a special thanks to you. You're cool like Fonzie, just like me.
Well, I was incredibly upset when we started the meeting, when I got word. Oh my God, can you believe this? But I am happy now that we were able to move quickly and find solutions. I mean, we sort of had to worry about this 2 months ago when we thought, oh my God, is Amazon not going to do this? But it's a weird email that we got. Have you actually read the words of the email?
Yeah, I read them, and I mean, I'll just read the key note again. Now, by the way, this is identical language to what they sent us in April. So that's like they sent this to us basically twice in April. We lawyered up. They sort of ignored us. Then 2 months went by. We uploaded it, and now they're sending it's identical wording. Due to the rapidly changing nature of information around the COVID-19 virus, we are referring customers to official sources for health information about the virus. As a result, we are not offering your book for sale. Now, official sources, well, we're an official website. I'm an official author. This is an official book. I don't know what official means unless they mean government, which surely they mean. Now, do they mean the Canadian government? Is the Canadian government the one that stepped on it? Is this the Chinese government? Because we got that other weird email about different territories.
Yeah, I mean, this to me, I don't want to speculate, but this is a very weird sentence.
Yeah, I mean, this is a second email, and maybe we should put this up somewhere else. This is the one we got at 4:16.
Yeah, it came, 20, 30 minutes beforehand?
Yeah, hello, we discovered territory selections are preventing the following books from being available in any Amazon marketplace. They don't say that, like we just said,
territory selections.
So does that tell me that, what is that? That's so weird. Like I read this earlier, and I don't know what this means. Territory select, what's it? I guess that means when you go to publish a book, it says where you're going to publish it,
well,
and we would click everywhere.
So we're published, we primarily did it on .ca, but it was up on .com, it was up everywhere, except it's Amazon. I mean, it was up really everywhere. I think Australia might have had a little bit of difficulty for some reason. Okay.
Well, I started looking at the sales reports because that's the fun thing about being on Amazon, and I saw this very widely.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was Brazil, it was the UK, it was America, and thankfully it was doing well.
Yeah, I mean, let me just tell you places where, Amazon.com, .co.uk, Germany, Japan, Canada, obviously, Australia. Now, I don't see it in Brazil.
Oh, Australia was there? Oh, I got one person complaining.
There's Australia. I don't see sales in Mexico, but that could be and in India. Maybe people there just didn't buy it. I mean, frankly,
and I know Amazon has had some difficulties with COVID and shipping.
I mean, frankly, I'm not too worried about the fact that we weren't.
I mean, this is a Canadian.
Yeah, it's a Canadian
I think
book.
people have interest in it, but this is a book about Justin Trudeau.
It's a book about Trudeau. I mean, there's Spain, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands. How many people would buy this book in those countries? I'm not worried about it. But what does it mean? And we'll need to find out. And the reason they sent this weird territory email at 4:16, and then they sent the "you're banned" email at 4:48, and it's just nuts. Now our lawyers, we engaged them, and have got
and they're also working hard. And I don't think it's they've got a time restriction that I don't know if I should. Be
yeah, I mean they stop work at Friday. They observe the Jewish Sabbath, and so it's a little tricky for them. Like obviously that comes first for them. So I'm not sure if they've had a chance. But look, you write a letter to Amazon. They're not going to answer you on a Friday night.
Yeah,
that's the whole move here. Is that Amazon is
and we went through this before. Like they did give us Kindle content review at Amazon.com, and we went through this 2 months ago. And I mean, it's all a sham. I think there's something going on. Something. I don't know. I would use the word nefarious, but
well, I mean, anytime you're in the censorship business, it is nefarious by definition. This is not a book that is outside the norms of political debate or speech in any way. This is a normal political book, and this is, I think, my 10th book. So, I mean, people like it or they don't like it, but there's nothing inherently wrong with it.
But I'm so happy that we were able to act quick, and people will still be able to get this book. Even our event that we're planned in Edmonton, where we're still going to be able to have books available there. And people should, by the way, I mean, get your tickets to that. What an event that's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
We still have to talk about that. Is that going to be, it was going to be a dinner. Is this a dinner protest now?
Huh.
We'll see.
Isn't that funny? And that's exactly right, because we did buy, and I think we shipped out to Sheila the books for that event. So the books, we actually have them in our hands for that Sherwood Park event, July 21. If you are anywhere near Sherwood Park is a wonderful little community just to the northeast of Edmonton. So it's really an Edmonton event. If you are in Edmonton, frankly, if you're in Red Deer, Calgary, anywhere in Alberta, this book is banned, but we will have copies of it at the Sherwood Park dinner. And by the way, it's a nice dinner. You get a dinner, we got a wine and cheese, we got book signings.
And there's limited tickets. I see we've already sold over 40 tickets, and we just announced it yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's only just over 100, it's a restaurant. So.
Yeah.
So make sure to get your tickets for that, and hopefully we'll be able to have more events in that way. And thankfully, thanks to this freedom of speech publisher, we'll be able to supply more events and supply people who want the book.
Where's the ticket? What were you saying, Justin? Okay, so this live video, right below it, in the YouTube description, you can see China Virus book, and right below that, July 21 Edmonton China Virus book signing.
And if you click on, it is a secure site. We put HTTP for the web editors. It's got to be HTTPS.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah, it is, I think. So yeah, that takes you right to that one there. For China Virus book, we need the HTTPS on that market.
It'll still work. I'm just being picky.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Eitan, thank you for jumping into action on such short notice. It was so funny. I was just having a kibitz with our key man in Montreal, and time went by, and I said, "Oh, it's 5:07. I'm late for the 5 p.m. meeting." I go in, and bam, I get this news, and I am shocked. Because this book was the huge bestseller, and Amazon doesn't care because they know, what are they going to make, a few $1,000 on this book? If they screw up their China diplomacy, that'll cost them hundreds of billions, maybe trillions of dollars. Jeff Bezos wants to be the world's first trillionaire. The only way he can do that is by conquering China. The only way he can do that is by bowing to China, just like the NBA is, just like Hollywood is.
I agree with you, but I bet who would be more upset about this book than China?
The guy on the cover, by any chance?
I think so.
The guy who sent the police after me for my last book, by chance? Are you talking about that guy?
If I was a betting man, I would, if I had to guess between if there was government involvement in this, was it China
what they say.
Canada?
They say official. We only publish official sources. Well, what does official mean? That means government. Like it's not a corporate. Like what's not official? I'm a member of the Independent Press Gallery. I have my press credentials. I'm double diamond. It's laminated, it's got a barcode, and it says special reporter. That's what my mom calls me.
Well, I wonder if the Independent Press Gallery will put out a release.
You know what?
This.
That's a great point. All right,
sorry. Oh, you want to kick me out? I should say though, I did have a missed call from a politician. I won't say who because they could just be trying to buy ads on rebelnews.com. I don't know if it's about this. but I'll give them a call right back, and hopefully there are people that see that this is a horrible thing.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because when we went to, you throw up some B-roll of City Hall, if you please. When we went to Toronto City Hall, I guess it was 10 days ago now, 9 days ago, we were pushed off by violent protesters. City Hall security told us to get out, and Toronto police threatened to prosecute us. We said no way. We came back with 7 bodyguards, 5 cameras, a lawyer, and we stood our ground. It was a great moment. It did not escape my gaze that not a single I think one Conservative MP from Edmonton named Kerry Diode, but not a single other Conservative MP or provincial MPP spoke out against A, the violent Antifa thugs, B, there's you, A10, B,
I'm in the background, yeah.
The police and security pushing us away. And here we have the world's near monopoly for booksellers and selling everything else that's driving out hundreds of thousands of ordinary retailers out of business. A pandemic profiteer just deciding to cancel a book, bestseller by the way, about the China virus. If you are a conservative politician and that does not move you to action, then please stop with the false advertising with the word conservative. Please don't call yourself conservative. If China, censorship, corporate oligopolies, Silicon Valley censors, if that perfect storm does not get your heart rate going as a conservative, then please don't call yourself a conservative politician or a conservative anything.
Hear, hear. I mean, this book, the reason that Amazon's providing here, that due to rapidly changing nature of information around COVID-19, like this,
that's actually part of the book, is the rapidly changing nature of the information. We show that it's contradicting, flipping and flopping.
We're going to need to update the book.
We're going to need to update the book. We'll have to have another book, a book about the book.
Maybe if there's an audio book in the future.
With an extra special chapter. All right, A10, great work. Thanks for working on this with zero notice. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to take some more Super Chats, but feel free to...
I love the Super Chats. Thank everybody. I've never been on this show. It's cool. I'm so happy I didn't wear green today. I wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I don't think I've never seen you wear green.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
All right. Thanks, great work. Thanks for fixing the website and short notice. There you go. A10, he's our VP around here. He has all the hard work. He has to make things work, and look at him fixing that website in real time while I was just being extremely calm and patient. Oh my God, can you believe this? Banning a book. Of course you can believe it. Okay, let's read some Super Chats. Okie dokie. Where was the last one I went to? Working Class Canadian, I think that was it. $10. Keep up the great work. I ordered your book last week, just waiting for it to arrive. Well, I hope it does arrive, because they just killed it. So unless it's already in the mail on the way to your house, you ain't getting that book, sister. Brother. CA, $14. I got your book this week, so thankful that you took the time and resources to document this travesty for Canadians. Well, I'm glad you got it this week, too. Isn't that crazy? Sandra M., 100 smackers. Sandra, thank you. Freedom, we all have to fight for it. Boycott Amazon. You know, you're hitting close to home, because we use Amazon around here for other stuff, you know. I get my Red Bull from Amazon, for example. Well, if they're boycotting me, I don't think I can very well shop from them. Oh my God, this is going to hurt me even more than the Tim Hortons boycott. Miles McLaughlin, $20. I love you, Ezra. Keep up the fight. We're rooting for you. Well, thank you, Miles. I appreciate that affection. Richard Wainman, $10. Got my banned Amazon copy on Sunday, just north of you in Sudbury. Just pitched in another $25 for the second print run. Love the book and love the work you do at the Rebel. Well, thanks very much. I am hoping that if we're smart and get our act together, we can turn lemons into lemonade here. And frankly, the book was doing well. You saw it. It hit #1 on Kindle, #2 on the regular. It was really going gangbusters, but they nuked it. Well, maybe this can actually propel the book to more eyes. And we're giving away the ebook. I'm not going to say for free, because I just, by doing it myself, I realized you have to donate at least 1 penny. That's as close to free as it gets. Yeah, I mean, they don't even have pennies in circulation. Pete, Copete, £10 downloaded just. Leftist Radicals and Censors. It's infuriating, but it only makes us fight stronger. Keep the faith, Ezra Rebel, from Pete, F 1980, UK based. Okay, so Pete, if I'm hearing you right, you downloaded it, so the ebook version worked. I'm taking that as what that means. A lot of people have said it works. Okay. Okay, Justin's telling me a lot of people are saying it's working, but we've had one complaint. You can email info@rebelnews.com and we'll talk you through it. But the fact that I'm hearing that a number of people have managed to get it, that tells me it's working. MVP, I think A is Australian, $5. A book about communist China banned. Freedom of speech is dying in America and across the West. You're so right. Eat Me, $2 Canadian. Got the EPUB good. Looking forward to reading it. Okay, that's the strongest confirmation I've personally read yet that the EPUB is working. Okay, good. Does the EPUB have the cover on it? I hope so, because I love that cover. Does it have the cover? Mike Epp, €5. I sent $25. Will you send the book in the mail? Yes. If you filled out the form on the paperback form. You know, there's 2 forms. One was the ebook. You just get the ebook. The other is the paperback. And I spoke to a friend of mine who's going to print and mail the book. So obviously you're not going to get it instantly, but you will get the book. Where are we? John Felt, 100 smackers. John, thank you. That's unbelievable. Keep up the good work. Well, we'll try or die trying. Kelly, $5. Boycott Amazon. Yep. Jack Krauser, $14. How about another freedom rally demanding Trudeau's resignation on July 17th? Is there something special about the 17th? Kirk Mugi, $5. Thank you. Shelby Monroe, $5. You're a sweet pea. Well. Who's calling who is Sweet Pea? Sweet Pea. I just got a note from our lawyers that they can't finalize the perfect draft for tonight, but my point to them is no worries. They wouldn't be there to read it at this hour. We'll finish it on Sunday. Thanks. Okay, so that's the lawyers working so hard, but they want to do it right. I'd rather have them do it right than do it quick. All right, so just to recap for those who are joining us, and I won't stay much longer. We've been at it for almost an hour here. My 10th book called China Virus, What Justin Trudeau's Pro-Communist Ideology is Putting Canadians, How Justin Trudeau's Pro-Communist Ideology is Putting Canadians in Danger. This book was written pretty quick. That's why it's short. Ready, uploaded in late April. It's short and revealing. Just an inside joke because we were joking about it. Was one of the reviews on Amazon. It said short and revealing, and I said that, that's like my nickname in college. It wasn't funny the first time, but I just beat it to death. So I wrote this book. It's a short but revealing book. I was ready to upload it in April, which would have been great timing-wise. That's why it was short. And Amazon stalled for 2 months, and I was really busy with other stuff, so I didn't really fight them that hard. We lawyered up, and I really didn't know what to do. And then we tried to upload it, and boom, up it went. So I thought, okay, good, they've changed the policy. This book took off like a rocket. Over 400 reviews in like a week. Tell me the last time that happened. And almost all positive reviews. It's short, but it's revealing. And there's a lot of things, there's over 100 footnotes in here. People tell me there's things in here they never heard anywhere else. I believe it. And then what do you know? At 4:48 p.m., they say, sorry, your book is not an official source, so we're deleting it. You can see that letter for yourself at ChinaVirusBook.com. Let's go there one more time and tell people how they can get the book. Here's our reaction. Are we mad? Yes, we're mad. Are we sad? A little bit, but what was sad all about? But what we're going to do is, as an old friend of mine, Mike Chalk, said, don't get mad, don't get even, get ahead. And that's what we're going to do here. Get mad? Okay, whatever. Get even how you get even against Lex Luthor. I'm not Superman. So how are you going to fight Lex Luthor? $171 billion personal wealth, Amazon oligopoly, putting everyone out of business, laughing, the pandemic. How are you going to take on Lex Luthor? Don't get mad. Don't get even. Get ahead. How are we going to get ahead? By giving the book away to everybody for free, or 1 cent. And if you want the printed version, which I like, give us your name, address, and we need to charge $20 because we need to print it and mail it. So this ain't free if you want the printed version, but you want the EPUB version, all right. So go to chinavirusbook.com. Let's take a look, see at that page. Let's just show people how to do it. Go to chinavirusbook.com. You can see their email to us by clicking here. We don't need to do that. We already looked at that. And then scroll down a little bit more. Well, fight back by clicking here. Get your ebook. So this is for, now this has purchased the paperback. Do you see that? So the paperback is $20 because we got to print it and mail it. But look at the bottom. You can download the ebook by making a donation here. So you click the ebook button, download the ebook here. Help! Amazon's being mean. And we say you can make a donation on this page. Our recommended donation amount is $7.50, which would help us cover the cost to produce the book because we still had to do this, this, and that. Once you make your donation, you will receive an email with a link to your downloadable copy of China Virus. And I'm seeing in the comments that people have indeed done that. So you know what? It's too bad that the books we're going to sell this way won't show up on the Amazon rankings. Of course not, because we're kicked off of Amazon. That's how that works. But I think that thousands of people, once they hear about this, are going to go and get a book. Now, I'm going to see if there's any way I can measure traffic on chinavirusbook.com. Sort of. All right, let me read some super chats instead of doing more technical stuff here. And my goal is to wrap things up in 5-10 minutes because I know everybody's got to go home for the weekend. Maria K. $10. Thank you, Ezra. Will you have a book signing in Calgary? Yes, but I got to get some books. Like, we bought the books for our Sherwood Park thing, and we've got some books. And you know what? Yes. Sorry, let me correct that because we just did a deal. We'll publish. We're a little bit delayed though, because we got to get this new printing thing going. But yes. And the Edmonton one, we've already got the books out there. We already shipped them directly to Sheila in the Edmonton area. JB, $10. From an RN on the front lines, thank you for fighting for our freedom and the right to open discussions, opinions online. Many of us cannot talk. We risk losing everything, so we fight silently. Well, thank you very much. And I know there's a lot of people who are afraid of being canceled in today's mad, mad world. David Anderson, $2. My Kindle copy is still in existence so far. Well, David, you keep an eye on that because I have heard of digital books being deleted by Amazon. And they'll give you your $5 back or whatever, $7.50. But they will delete it on your device. I've heard of that. I don't have the source in front of me. I'll have to remember where I heard that. That scares me. Fraser McBurney, an old friend of the Rebel, $25. Plan the next trip to Las Vegas. That trip should sell out. We got some trips coming. I don't want to give them all away, but why not? Why not give them all? What's the harm in telling people? There's no harm. We're going to Israel. We're going to Washington, D.C. And what's the big one? Who wants to come to Taiwan with me? Who wants to come to Taiwan? Yeah. I see Margaret and Justin putting their hands up. Because I've been to Taiwan. It's similar to Hong Kong. Doesn't have that manic energy. Doesn't have the British tradition. But I love it. It's very free. They're the most pro-American country in the world. I'd say they're even more pro-American than Israel. They're so pro-American because they know that America has guaranteed its safety from China. There's so many interesting things to see and do in Taiwan, especially if you're interested in current events. How did Taiwan know not to trust China and the World Health Organization? How did they manage to keep their death toll from the virus to 7 people? They're an island of 23, 24 million souls, just across the straits from China. Tons of flights going back and forth. How do they keep the virus only to 7 deaths? That's interesting. How do they get along without being part of the UN? Well, in this case, they got along better. Let's learn about that. They, like a country that's being deplatformed. It's like the country was canceled under cancel culture. How do they deal with military? China now has its 2nd aircraft carrier undergoing sea trials. How is little Taiwan going to stand up to that? How are they doing economically? How are they doing politically? How are they doing as a democracy? There's so many interesting things. Plus, of course, all the pluses of, they're ethnic Chinese. Many of them are Chinese who came across after Mao took over the mainland. There is also a Taiwanese ethnicity in addition to the Han Chinese ethnicity. Very interesting. Obviously, the food is amazing. But it's sort of westernized, right? Like it's Western levels of economic and health, and unlike China proper, rule of law, civic responsibility, democracy, independent police. It's a very nice country. So I'm talking to folks over there about going over with 50 or 100 of my closest friends for a week to tour around the country, not just as tourists. We'll do a day of that. But to meet diplomats, politicians, journalists, military people, go up to Taipei 101, which is the tallest building in the, very tall, like a fact-finding trip. Like we took almost 100 people to Israel last year. And we got big plans for Washington, D.C. All right, I don't know why I told you that. Super Chats. Rob Haley, $10. My sister might not like you, but I like you guys. Keep up the great work. Well, do I know your sister? Eat Me, $2. Yes, I have the cover. Many thanks. Okay, good. Me C, $1.18. Thank you. Well, my friends, the hour is long. It's 7:13. We've had such a busy day. Oh my God, I can't even remember when this day started. We've done so much today. What did we do? We had Sheila Gunn-Reid was in town. That was great to see her. We had a new prospective talent come by to meet the team. Oh boy, that's exciting. You'll meet her soon. We did the live stream show at noon, as usual. We did the show. I did another little video on the Uyghurs. I had a call with the State Department, not to brag. And what else did we do? We just did so many things. There's so many things. There's so many things going on. So many things. Yeah. We got new surge protectors and a whole bunch of coconut water. And you know what? We got it from Amazon.com. And I think I'm going to delete my account. We ordered surge protectors from Amazon.com and coconut water. Right? Is there anything else? I think out of self-respect, I gotta delete my Amazon account. And if that means just driving down to the Walmart to get surge protectors and snacks, so be it. You know, I hate to say, and you know, I got Amazon Prime for the kids. I think I got to delete it. I mean, how can I in good conscience? Like, it's not even the money. It's how can I accept the insult, the disrespect. And it's not even disrespect. I mean, I don't care what Jeff Bezos thinks about me. It's the infringement on my liberty. It's the fact that he's taking instructions. I think it's from China World Health Organization. Eitan thought it was from Trudeau. I don't know which it is. Because, I mean, the book really is about Trudeau, as you can see. And we know he's a track record of sending the police to get us. So maybe he just took a shortcut and got Amazon to get us. Do we have any more Super Chats that aren't unread? No. All right. Well, let me say this to the whole team here at our world headquarters in Toronto. Thanks for working so hard, everybody. It was a bit of a sprint at the end of a marathon. You know what I mean? It was a very busy week. There was so much going on all week. I can't even list it all. And And you know those Friday afternoon meetings at 5 p.m. where everyone's getting ready to go away, and then bam, no, just kidding, you just did a 26-mile marathon, and now you got to do a sprint. So we did. Special thanks to Eitan for fixing the website as best we can. Very special thanks to my friend in the publishing business who says we can print on his printing press. That saves the day, doesn't it? That's pretty amazing. Let me close with this. I was talking to my friend who's in the printing business, publishing business, and I've known him for a while. And I said, will there be a single other entity who speaks up for us? If I was some lefty woke author being banned, oh, I'd have 100 friends and allies. If I was writing some Black Lives Matter book, if I was writing some denunciation of Trump. Imagine if a pro-Trump book, imagine if an anti-Trump book were banned. Oh my God, you'd never hear the end of it. But this is a book that is critical. I mentioned Trump in passing in this book. It's not a book about Trump. This is a book critical of Trudeau, critical of Theresa Tam, the World Health Organization employee who's also our public health officer. It's critical of Xi Jinping. It's critical of the UN itself and the World Health Organization. It's critical of Patty Haidu. It's critical of Bill Blair. Critical of Francois-Philippe Champagne, the pro-China foreign minister. So yeah, there's a lot of people in this book that are critical of. And so I have a somber prediction that not a soul will raise a finger to help us. The Canadian Association of Journalists, Canadian Journalists for Free Expression, the Committee for the Protection of Journalists, Reporters Without Borders, Canadian Civil Liberties Association, PEN Canada. Unless I've doubled up there, I think I've listed 6 civil liberties groups in Canada. And I will bet you a book that not a single one of them will utter a peep of solidarity with us or protest to Amazon for deleting a book. And the fact that it's a good book, a best-selling book, a well-rated book is irrelevant. It's a short and revealing book that's irrelevant. This could be a crappy book. It's not. But it could be a crappy book and they should still stand up for it, especially after an oligarch banned it. That's the worst of it. And who's he answering to? Now, I said this to my friend, and he said, don't underestimate people's hard feelings towards Amazon and Bezos, the destroyer of so many companies. He said, don't underestimate the antipathy towards Bezos, he said to me. All right. I said, but there's so many people who will put their animosity towards Rebel and me ahead of their support for the principle of freedom of the press. I said, time will tell. But in the meantime, I have you. And you are welcome to have my book for free, or as close to free as our system works. 1 penny will do. I don't even know if they'll charge that on your credit card. I didn't want to spend it. If you charge one cent on your credit card, does it even go through? I don't know. So you can have the ebook for 1 cent, people. Although I'd encourage you to chip in a bit voluntarily. So there you have it. I think, did I hit John Felt chipped in $100. Keep up the good work. John, that's amazing. Thank you very much. And I think I read Sandra M's already. Any more? Am I all done? All right. Well, it's Friday. I'm tuckered. I know the team here is very tuckered too. Justin was up with me very late the other night covering the leaders debate, and we stayed up after midnight, and there's a little bit of giggling going on, mainly on my part, but also a little bit on his part. So this is a week we were really tuckered. It was a week that was so tiring for everybody. Even Yankee was short of words for a bit. He didn't have, there was a moment there. It was very unlike him. An amazing week all around. My deep thanks to the team. Listen, I'm just joking. I love the team, whether it's Yankee, Margaret, Justin, Eitan, or the other folks I normally don't name. The Rebel's a team effort. I'm so proud of the team. We've had a great run in terms of standing up for the rule of law, freedom of the press, freedom of speech. And let me close with what I said to the team last Wednesday morning when we were prepared to go downtown to City Hall and we were going over the law of freedom of the press. And I said to the team, this is going to end in one of three ways. We're going to get beat up. I hope that doesn't happen. We're going to get arrested. I hope that doesn't happen. Or we'll actually be able to do our job doing journalism on City Hall. And I remember I said to Mocha and to Efron, two of our good guys, I said, you guys can't be arrested because we need you to tell the story. We need you to film it and come back and edit it and upload it. So I said, Efron and Mocha, don't get arrested. I said, but I have to go all the way. Even if that means being arrested. Well, I know the missus wouldn't like that. And I'd need some explaining for the kids why Dad's in jail. But I resolved that day, and I said to the team, and Justin and Margaret were there, they'll know. I said, surely, if I've meant anything I've said in the last 5.5 years at Rebel News, and the years at Sun News before that, surely if I've meant anything I said about freedom, I must be willing to go all the way, including to be arrested for daring to uphold our freedom. I mean, I was pretty sure I'd go through with it, but I wasn't quite 100% sure. You never are 100% sure until you're actually there. And I was standing right there by the cop, and we had a 20-minute banter, and you can see the whole exchange on YouTube. We put the whole thing up. It was 18 minutes. And then I finally said, I said to the cop, I said, you know what? Unless you have some last-minute thing to say you haven't mentioned before, I'm going in. So if you want to arrest me, do it now. And I started walking, and I thought, is he going to arrest me? And no, he didn't. And I see that Juillet chips in $5. Thank you very much. And so I feel like I'm in a similar moment here. I don't feel like I'm at risk, although my book has been destroyed by Amazon. Ought not I to do whatever I can to fight back against this, including giving the book away for free as a symbolic repulse to the censors? I would rather sell a book. I think that's the normal thing. But should I not give it away for free as a counterpoint to the censors and say, oh yeah, you don't want people to see this book? I want everybody to see this book. You're going to try and stop people from saying, I'm going to give it away for a penny. Surely I must do that. And surely I must take whatever steps I can to have as many people as possible get the book either for free or, if they want to buy it, in paperback form, and so we will. And I hope, my friends, that you will help me, and I hope you will share this video, and I hope you will share the tale of an out-of-control oligarch telling us what we can or cannot read in Canada, the United States, and around the world. Until next time, on behalf of all of us here at Rebel World Headquarters, to you at home around the world, good night, and keep fighting for freedom.